Hi everyone, this is Tiffany with Tiffany's Laser Lab. This is where we go over how to use your laser, how to test engraving settings, how to fix common mistakes so you can learn faster and waste less material. If I sound or seem a little discombobulated, I want to apologize ahead of time. I just dropped my son off at the airport. He was on leave from the military, and so my mama's heart's a little sad today. But I'll try to be as chipper and cheerful as I can. I wanted to go over with you today how to just make a simple project. We're just going to do a square today. I know it's not super exciting, and I'm sorry. It will at least give you an idea of how to use the tools that are on the one side of LightBurn and how to send things to your laser so that you can cut out your first project. We're just literally going to do a square, like I said, and keep it as simple as possible for you this time. And as we build, we will start doing more complicated things and add more and be more exciting. Anyways, thank you so much to everyone who has liked and subscribed so far. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Well, let's get to it. Okay, so we are going to start a new project. We're just going to make a square. So we're going to start up here in this corner. I clicked on the square. Put your pointer here on the grid, hold down on your mouse and drag. And when you're holding down, if you don't let up, you can make that any size or shape that you would like. We're just going to make a small square, and then when you're done with that square, if you have it kind of where you want it, you just release. Now, say you released, you didn't mean to, and you want it to be a different size. Just go up here and click on this pointer. Once you do that, it will highlight this. And then you can make adjustments. You can make this longer, narrower, kind of put it back where it was. You can go this direction. This right here is fun. You can twist it if you wanted that type of shape, and then we can put it back. You'll see that that green dot moves as we do this. What that is doing is that is marking the top most height of your project for the laser to start at, because it wants, whoops, oh look what I did there. It wants to make sure that you're not going to be off the grid, because if you're off the grid, you're not printing within your laser table, or sorry, not printing, cutting within your laser table. So if you go off of here, it's not going to like that. So make sure everything is on the grid. Now, if you want to say make a funny shape, you want to just tweak this a little bit into different shapes, you can do it like that. That's about all that will do. You take this, if you want to relocate it, just use the center, and that's about all there is to a square. If you go over here, obviously this is a circle, and you can make a circle by holding down, and then when you're ready, release. Now, if you say, oh, I want to do something with this square, you're going to go up here to this pointer, and you'll see it automatically highlights that. So if you want to make an adjustment, but you don't, you want to do this with the square, just click on the square, and you can make your adjustments there. If you want to toggle back here, just click on that anywhere, and you can take care of that. Now, let's say you wanted to just make an oval. You're going to click on this circle here, and you will do that just by dragging. Like I said, you can make it any shape, but once you release it, it's pretty much done. Now, say you released it, you didn't mean to, and you're like, oh my goodness, just go up here and hit this back arrow, and it goes away. Now, if you want to make the perfect circle, you're just going to hold your shift down, and you're going to, so you push down on shift, hold down on your mouse clicker, and drag, and that will make the perfect circle of any size until you release it. Now, if you want to make an adjustment to the size of that, say you're looking for, you want this particular circle to be 8 inches, make sure you click on your pointer and that dots are around it, or if you're wanting to adjust the square, same thing. So we're going to make an 8-inch circle here. We're going to go up here and highlight it and then just hit 8, and you'll see because this lock is on, it did 8 inches for the width and the height. Now, had I not had this lock on, I'm going to turn that off. Now watch what happens. Let's go 15 on the width. Now I just made it into an oval. So when you're making circles or anything that you want to keep it in line, make sure that your lock is on. Okay, so hopefully I didn't confuse you too much by going into the circles, but I just wanted to show you a few more fun things. All right, so now we are going to take this to the laser and we're going to cut this little square out. I'm going to actually move it. So you see here, I'm on the pointer. I just click here, like so, and then I can just drag it wherever I want on the screen. I don't know why I need this here, because wherever I set the origin on the machine is where it's going to start anyways, but for me, I like to start in the upper left corner. Okay, and let's go over to the laser. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see this, but right now all I'm going to do is, here's the square that we built earlier. I'm going to come over here, hit the send button, and then we will get that. I'm not naming this because it was just a practice, and it'll be the first one on the top anyways. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So now it's going to load. Once it's done loading, and we can come back over here to the laser. And what we're going to do is we are going to hit File. In that one, it just labeled it LightBurn. So I'm going to hit Enter because we want to choose that file. And it's just a box, you really can't see anything. If there were words or anything more in there, you can kind of see the little red outline. That's the square, it'll show up there what you're going to do. So now I want to put my material in here. Open this up, put my piece of material down. I'm just going to use some scrap. Now I'm going to use my arrows to toggle this back over to the wood. And you'll see, I don't know if you can see that little red light on there or not, but there is a little red light that will help you show you exactly where that's going to be to start. So you can move this back and forth. I like to try to save wood, so I try to get it as close to the edge as possible without making myself crazy. So now you have it set there. You're going to want to push this button, Origin. That will lock that in place, the head, as to where it's going to start. That tells it, I want to start here. Now, we also need to make sure that we focus our projects. And so, I don't know if you can see the little numbers on here. Yeah, there we go. That looks backwards too. I'm sorry. I don't know if there's a good way to do this. But at any rate, I know that I want ours at about 5 millimeters for correct focus, and that looks pretty good. Now that that's all set, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to hit frame, because that's going to show us exactly on that piece of wood where that square is going to cut out, which is super important when you're doing other projects, or your project has multiple pieces, or say you're using a piece of wood, you don't want to run off the side of it, then that just ruins your whole project. So we're going to hit frame, and it will show me exactly where that's going to cut out. Here, I will do that again just so you can see it. Here's spring. So that's exactly where that is going to cut that piece out. All right, so we're going to shut this. And you can see it's green there. And I'm going to just hit the start button. And just like that, it's all done. You can lift it up. You can wait a little bit longer for the fumes to kind of evacuate the smoke from the wood. Make sure that when you're using other types of materials that you're allowing all of the fumes to go out before you open that up, just so you're not breathing that in. So now we have our cute little square that we created all cut out. Simple, just wanted to keep it easy for you guys on the first go around. Now I'm going to shut my laser back off, as I do every time I'm done with it for the day, and my compressor and my slide, of course. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you.